So, hello friends, welcome to my channel. So, in this video, I'm going to explain that Karnataka Board Second PU English question paper solution. So, this is the English question paper of 2025 Karnataka Board Second PU. So, the first question is: So the Juliet hangs upon the check of night as a dash. The option is dove, stars, snow, ritual. So, the correct answer is ritual. That is option D. Next, second question is in the poem on children, the poet says that parents may house the bodies of their children but not their dash arrows, bows, souls, life. So the correct answer is option C, souls. Next, third question is in a sunny morning, in the name of the villa where the silver maiden stayed was called Valencia, Ma- Marisela, Seville, or Zorilla. So the correct answer is option B, that is Marisol. Fourth question in the poem, when you are old, love fled and hid his face amid a crowd of people, a crowd of stars by the fire in the book. So the correct answer is option B, a crowd of stars. Next, in fifth question, in the lesson, the gardener, the old man's eye was were suffused with vengeance, rivalry, competition, native intelligence. So the correct answer is option D, native intelligence. In sixth question, in the poem Heaven, if you are not here on earth, the tender sunshine leans on verdant gardens, stream, harvest, moonlight. So the correct answer is option A, verdant garden. Next, seventh question. Consider the two statements from the lesson Japan and Brazil through a traveler's eyes and answer the question that follows. Statement: Motor cars are extremely expensive in Brazil. Reason is import duties are crippling and murderous. Option A: both the statements and reason are false. B: only statement is true. C: only reason is true. D: both the statement and reason are true. So the correct option is option 7. D: both statement and reason are true. Next, eighth question. Match the column A with column B with reference to the lesson I believe books will never disappear and choose the correct option. Option A and B. In the N B, first is Grimm's in A. First is Grimm's fairy tales, Donna Leonard, the Odyssey. In B, Balt's mother, Homer tells in English version. So options are A. In option A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. Option B, A is 3, B is 1, C is 2. Option C, A is 2, B is 3, C is 1. Option D, A is 1, A is 3, B is 2, C is 1. So the correct answer is option B. That is A is 3, B is 1, and C is 2. Next, in ninth question, identify the sequence of events that led Marcus Ibe to become the culture minister. Not two successful mission school teacher politics came to village, wisely joined politics, got elected in election and became culture minister. Politics came to village, wisely joined politics, not a successful mission school teacher and got elected in election and became the culture minister. Wisely joined politics, not a successful mission school teacher. Politics came to the village, got elected in elections and became cultural minister. Got elected in election and became cultural minister. Wisely joined the politics. Politics came to village, not a successful mission school teacher. So the correct answer is option A. Not too successful mission school teacher. Politics came to village, wisely joined politics, got elected in election and became cultural minister. Next 10 question. Water knows the righteous rage of Kama, Kama landlords, Samaria women, or Karamchedu Swartama Pepsi man. So the correct answer is option C. Karamchedu Swartama. So this is the 10 questions, that is MCQ questions for 10 marks. In part A they have given in this question paper. Next, in part A, 11th question they are given fill in the blanks with the passive form of the verb given in the bracket. So 3 marks, 3 you have to fill it. Okay. So Monaco was called a toy kingdom and a murderer was dashed. So a murderer was committed in that kingdom. Okay, this is the answer. And the criminal dashed. to death by the judge. So the criminal was sentenced to death by the judge, but the kingdom had no resources to execute the criminal. So the criminal dashed to run away. So the criminal was asked to run away. So this is the answer for these three questions. So you will get 3 marks for this. Okay. Fill in the blanks by choosing the appropriate expression given in the bracket. So the traffic in the big cities is increasing by dash day by day. So the traffic in the big cities is increasing by leaps and bounds day by day, and it has become difficult for the commuters to dash when they are caught in the traffic jam. So it is become difficult to the commuters to keep one's shirt on when they are caught in the traffic jam. Okay. Next, read the following paragraph and match the pronouns in side A and with the pronouns phrases in side B they refer to. 5 marks. Okay. Each for A 1 marks. Okay, for each question. So the college day was held in the college auditorium where the students were seated in their best dresses. So the chief guest, who was a folk singer, entertained the students with their rhythmic songs, which the students enjoyed a lot. So they participated in various cultural activities. The college day concluded with a cultural program by teacher. It was a memorable day in the students' life. So first, A, where, so for where the correct answer is college auditorium, where it was held is college auditorium. Who, so who is the, who was the who means the chief guest, and which is a rhythmic song, so in which with the rhythmic song. Okay. And they, in that line, that is students, so they, it refers to the students, and it refers to the college day. Okay. So this is the answer. Next, 14th question. So here part B it comes. So you have to answer 3 questions, 2 marks for each question. So you'll get 6 marks. Okay. So first to 14th question, what did Vandana Shiva learn from Chipko movement? So biodiversity and bio-based living economics was learned by Vandana Shiva in the Chipko movement. In 15th question, name any two poets friends mentioned by Don Gonzalo in the play A Sunny Morning. So the correct answer is Espronceda and Campo Amor, Zorilla or Becure. So any two you can answer. Okay. And 16th question is mention the two reasons for which the poet loved is beloved in the poem When You Are Old. So pilgrim soul and the sorrows of his beloved changing face. So due to this the poet loved is beloved in the poem. And next question, how does the poet created heaven on earth? The poet created heaven on earth by imbibing and spilling the song of nectar. Next question. Okay. So next you have to answer any 4 questions for the following. Uh, and you will get 3 marks for each question. So you will get totally 12 marks. Okay. 4 questions you have to answer. So how does Juliet express her passionate love for Romeo? So Juliet requests Knight to give Romeo to her. Says Romeo is stay in night where with whether there new snow on a raven's back. If she dies, take him and cut him out in little stars. Make the faces of heaven fine. World will be in love with night. Pay no worship to the garish sun. Immortalizes Romeo. So this is the answer. You have to write, means this, you have to explain in the answer. These words should be there. They will give the marks to it. Okay. Next, 19th question. What does the Earth University teaches according to Vandana Shiva? An ecological paradigm, freedom for all species to live and evolve within web of life, freedom and responsibility of humans to recognize, protect and respect right of other species, shift from and shift from anthropocentrism to ecocentrism, translate into human right to food and water, and freedom from hunger and thirst. Next, in 20th question, what changes does the food undergo after being condemned to live in a shoe? So food falls in the battle, condemned to live in shoe, soft nails, tiny petal toes change into op- opaque substance, become hard as horn, grow out of the trim and take from of eyeless reptiles with Triangular heads like worms grow calloused, covered with faint volcanoes of death. Next, 21st question. How does George Louis Fox define poetry? So, poetry is intimate, essential, cannot be defined without oversimplifying it, like attempting to define color yellow, love and fall of leaves, and as an aesthetic act, a series of symbols, magical, mysterious, unexplainable, but not incomprehensible. So, this is the answer. Next, 21st question. How does George Louis Potts define poetry? So, poetry is intimate, essential, cannot be defined without oversimplifying it, like attempting to define color yellow, love and fall of leaves, an aesthetic act, a series of symbols, magical, mysterious, unexplainable, but not incomprehensible. Next, in 22nd question, describe briefly the complicated Boeing hierarchy followed by the Japanese. So, follow complicated hierarchy who bows to who, how long and how deeply difference in rank, standing, age, social relationship, sub- subtly reflected in split second. One man's bow is shorter than the other in family, wife goes to husband, children to father, younger brother to elder brother, sister to brother of whatever age. Next, 23rd question. What were the memories recollected by Chalapalli Swaruparani when she sees water? Chalapalli Swaruparani recollects her Vada's thirst for a glass of water, water not just H2O, a mighty movement, tears shed over several generations, fought many battles, weekly path as as wondrous festival, walking miles to drink water, muscles and veins straining and bursting, Malpale burning of ashes. Okay, so here in fourth main, answer any three questions. So they have given six questions. In that you have to answer any three questions. So 4 marks for each question, totally 12 marks will be. In 24th question, why could not the king of Monaco execute the criminal for committing a murder? Death sentence for the murderer had no guillotine and executioner asked French and Italian government to provide machines and executioner. French demanded 16,000 francs. Italian government demanded 20,000 francs. Very expensive. Asked general to find soldiers to cut head off. No soldier agreed. Minister advised prince to alter death sentence to lift to life imprisonment as it enables prince to show mercy and it would be cheaper. Prince agreed. Next, 25th question. Parents should not be too possessive of their children and try not to live their dream through their children. How does Khalil Gibran justify this in the poem on children? So, children are son and daughters of life longing for itself, come through parents, not from them, can give love, not through not thoughts, can house bodies, not souls. Souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, parents cannot visit, life goes forward, not backward. Archers, God marks upon the infinite path, bows are parents, arrows are children, bows need to be stable, arrows sends wife swift and far. Thus, parents should not be too possessive of their children and should not try to live their dreams through their children. Next, 26th question. The lure of money is greater than loyalty of ethics, sustainability with reference to the lesson the voter. So the statement true with the reference to the voter, Roof, the most trusted campaigner for Marcus Ibe of PAP, village elders also seek money to cash their votes. Roof distributes money for them. Roof takes many favors from Marcus Ibe, but accepts £5 from Pop campaigner to vote for Maduka, swears on IA of Mabanda on voting day remains with Marcus Ibe campaigning for him did not vote for Marcus Ibe loyalty and ethics fail the lure of money wins. Next 27th question. What were the imaginary stories narrated by Don Gonzalo and Don Laura about the past in the playing a sunny morning. So Don Gonzalo narrated his cousin wrote letters to the Silver Maiden. No response from her. Dejected, he joined army, fought in Africa, died in the battle holding the flag of Spain and Laura's name on his lips. Don Laura narrated the Silver Maiden waited for the news from her gallant lover. No letter came for a year. Disappointed, one afternoon at sunset, went to a beach, wrote his name on the sand, sat on the rock. A tide rose and swept her out to sea. The name written on the sand remained for a long time. A healthy competition between Tamanna and Basavaya turning into rivalry is the reason for their own destruction. You have to elucidate. So in the beginning, Tamanna and Basavaya compete healthily, change into rivalry, both by every land in the village, both acquire friendly, admire equally, and Tamanna owns 1,000 acres and Basavaya owns 800 acres. Basavaya becomes jealous. Basavaya forcibly occupies Tamanna's land. Tamanna decides to annihilate Basavaya completely. He composes ballads on Basavaya's means and cruelty, becomes famous singer. Name and fame comes his way. Basavaya helpless, tries to compete by accumulating material wealth, fails. Tamanna falls sick. Basavaya becomes happy. Tamanna leaves village. Basavaya dies. Tamanna forgets his songs, becomes non-entity. Next, in 29th question, what are the measures taken by Sheila Rani Chunkat to improve the literacy and mobility in the lesson where there is a V? So, for this, the answer is Sheila Rani Chunkat, district collector. The whole phenomenon of cycling movement is here when a child realized that lack of mobility undermined confidence of women, included mobility as a part of literacy. As a part of literacy, drive pushed banks to provide loans to buy the bicycles and buy the cycles and got each block to accept specific duties, provided personal attention, motivated female Arivoli activists to reach out women in the interior parts of Pudukkottai. First, activists learned cycling. Later, neo-literates learned cycling. Cycling became a social movement in Pudukkottai, improved literacy and mobility. Next, so here part B is over, okay. So next is part C. Here in the part C, so there is all the grammar part will come, okay. So 30th question A. Read the following passage and answer the question set on it. So 9 question will be given, 9 into 1, that will be equal to 9 marks, means 9 marks will be. So Salumarada, Salumarada Timmaka is an Indian environmentalist from Karnataka who is known for planting and caring for thousands of trees. She is called as tree woman. So Timmaka was born in a poor family in a small village in Guppi Taluk, Tumkur district, Karnataka. Timmaka could not go to school due to poverty and lack of facilities. She was married to Sri Bikkale Chikkaya, Bikkale Chikkaya of Pulikal village. At the age of 40, she wanted to end her life as she could not conceive. So she started planting banyan trees along with her husband, and they started with 10 banyan saplings on their either side of the road along a stretch of 4 kilometers in first year. So they took care of plants just like their children. Every year, the count of the trees keep on increasing. There have been more than 8,000 other trees grown by Timmaka and her husband, and recognition began to come Timaka way from the year 1995, and 5 years after the and 5 years after her husband's death. Receive formal education, although Timaka did not receive any she formal education, her work has been honored by many institutions. She has been recognized by the government of India and was conferred with the Padma Shri Award in 2019, which is one of the highest civilian award in the country. There is also environmental organization named after her in the US called Timmaka's Resources for Environmental Education. Okay, so this is the paragraphs they are given. So the questions, let us see what all the questions they have asked. So this is the paragraph. So one should not note that a rustic and illiterate village woman has left no stone unturned to save Mother Earth, making it a better place to live for the future generation. Her thought-provoking words, "Green is my sword, make it yours," should be a true inspiration to all of us for a sustainable and nurturing Earth. Yeah. Why was Timaka not able to go to school? So the correct answer is due to her poverty and lack of facility. B. Whom did Timaka marry? Chikka, Sri Pikkala Chikkaya. Okay, she married to Sri Pikkala Chikkaya. Then C. Where was Salumana Timaka born? So in a small village in Kuppi Taluk, Tumkur district, Karnataka. And next question is Salumana Timaka is known as free woman. Okay, and why did Timaka want to end her life? Because she could not conceive. Okay, and uh, which tree did Timaka and her husband plant? So they both plant banyan tree. And Timaka's resource for environmental education. So name the environmental organization which is named after Timaka in the USA. So Timaka's resource for environmental education is the name of the institution. Okay. Next, the idiom left no stone unturned means it means that to explore every alternative. Then the antonym of the word known is unknown. Okay, this is the answer. Next. Okay, so in our question they have given that is read the following poem and answer the question set on it. Okay, same like before you read paragraph and you have to answer 9 questions. Now, if you don't want that, you can answer this. That is, you have to read this poem and you have to answer 9 questions. Okay. So prayer of a black boy. So Lord, I am so tired. Tired I entered this world. Far have I wandered since the cock crew, and the road to school is steep. Lord, Lord, I do not want to go into their school. Next, please help me that I need not go again, and I want to follow farther into the cool gorges when the night is hovering over magic forest where spirits play before the dawn. Barefoot, barefoot, want to tread the treat the red hot paths that boil in imitation and then lies down to and then it will lies down to sleep. Okay. Beneath a mango tree, and I want to wake up only when down there the white man's siren starts to howl and the factory and the factory a ship on the sugar field lands and failed and spits its crew of black workers into the landscape. Lord, I do not want to go into their school. Please help me that I need not go again. Question, sir. Whom does the boy want to follow into the cool gods? The father. Where does the boy not want to go? So the boy do not want to go to school. Okay. Next, the and where does the night hover as magic forest? Then what is the black boy requesting to Lord? The black boy is requesting to Lord to make him not to go to school. How is the road to school? steep. And how does the boy wants to tread the red hot path barefoot? And which tree does the black boy want to sleep under? Mango tree. And how is the road to sorry? Which when does the black boy want to wake up? When white man's siren starts to bowl. Sorry, starts to howl. And and when does the boy want to wake up? When, when the sorry, the antonym of the word hot is cold. Next part D. Okay, next is part D. Here in the part D, rewrite as directed. They have asked. Four question will be given. Four into one. One marks for each question. So totally 4 marks. So Mount Everest is dash tallest mountain peak in the world. So Mount Everest is the tallest mountain peak in the world. Love everything and fair is war in. So everything is fair in love and war, or everything is fair in war and love. Anything can be written. You have to rearrange this sentence. Okay. Next, one of the my friend dash or beautiful Bharatnatyam. One of my friend is a beautiful Bharatnatyam, and God dash those who help themselves. God helps those who helps themselves. Okay, this is the answer. Or the question they have given is fill in the blanks with the right linkers. 4 marks. Four marks will be a four question. Four blanks you have to fill. 1 marks to each question. Totally, 4 marks will be given. Next, so Tamanna and Basavaya were rivals. If the Tamanna bought four more acres adjacent to his land, Basavaya dash followed suit. So Basavaya also followed suit. If one had 10 friends, the other one had 10 friends, the other acquires 15 admirers. Dash all these look like healthy competition. So to begin, all these looked like healthy competition. Dash gradually it rose to such a pitch there was no land left in the village for them to buy. So, however, gradually it rose to such a pitch that there was no land left in the village for them to buy. Next, 32nd question, rewrite as directed. Two questions will be asked. 1 marks to each question. Totally, you will get 2 marks. Okay. Next, so rewrite as directed. Students should not waste their time during exam. Students should not waste their time during exam. Should not they? And childhood is the most enjoyable phase in person's life. Say, which is the most enjoyable phase in the person's life, or it can be written as what is the most enjoyable phase in the person's life. Our question they have given, rectify the errors in the following sentence and rewrite them. Two questions, 1 mark to each question, totally 2 marks. Children love to eat ice cream every day. Children love to eat ice cream every day. Sannidhi goes for a walk on the morning every day. Sannidhi goes for a walk in the morning every day. Okay. Next, the 33rd question. Chocolate is made from cocoa beans. Chocolate with its rich velvety texture. Chocolate with its rich velvety texture and deep complex flavor captivates the sense and has become a symbol of indulgence. Chocolate made from cocoa beans, first one, has rich velvety texture and deep complex flavor, symbol of indulge. So you have to fill this half mark for each. So 4 into half, that will be get 2 marks. Okay. Next 34th one is report the following conversation. So you have to report the following conversation. So Alifano, can we talk about Donna Leonor, your mother? Gorgeous. My mother was extraordinary person. Alifano, What is blindness to you? Borges. Well, now it is a way of life. My duty is to accept it. So five into one. Okay. So five is to one. So now Alifano and Borges, if they both could talk about Don Laura, his mother, Borges replied that his mother has been extraordinary person. Alifano further asked Borges what blindness was to him. So Borges replied that it was a way of life then and his duty was to accept it. Okay, so this is the answer. Next, next is complete the following dialogue. Okay, so 3 marks at the three sentence they have given empty and 1 marks for each sentence. So totally you will get 3 marks. Okay, so Devraj dash, how are you? So Devraj, hello or hi, how are you? You have to write. Then Shivaji, fine. Do you participate in the dance competition? And the Devraj, yes, I got first prize. Shivaji, wow, congratulations. Devraj, thank you. Okay, so this is the answer you have to write. Next, in 36, write a letter to of appreciate in the response to the following advertisement which appeared in the Deccan Herald dated 5 March 2025. 5 marks you will be get if you write the letter. Uh, the question he wanted office assistant. Write XXS for your name and YY for your address. Qualification any degree with computer knowledge. Apply within 10 days to the Jashrita Enterprise Industrial Layout, JP Nagar, Bangalore. Okay. First, the important thing is format. For format, they will give 2 marks, and body of the letter you have to write. For that, they will give 3 marks. Okay. Next, B1. Imagine that you are president of the youth club, and are asked to you are asked to speak on the impact of social media on youth and prepare a speech in about 120 words using the following information. 5 marks. Type of social media, connecting with the world, uses of social media, advantage and disadvantage, and precautions to be taken by youth while using social media. So, greetings here to give for that 1 marks, grammatical appropriate sentence with coherent expression, 3 marks, and conclusion for that 1 mark. Okay, so totally 5 marks. So, this is the question paper of Karnataka about second PU English question paper.